My child, hear the voice that you tried to silence, hear the whisper that you pretended not to notice, hear the cry of the one who has loved you beyond all measure, because now I must speak in truth to the depths of your soul. You ignored me when I called, you turned your face away when I stretched out my hand, you chose the noise of the world over the quiet of my presence, and now you stand in the emptiness of your choices, wondering why you feel abandoned, wondering why your prayers echo back unanswered. I am the God who gave you life, who shaped your breath, who carried you when you stumbled, who healed you when you were broken, who lifted you from the ashes of despair and clothed you in hope. And yet when I whispered to your heart, when I called your name in the stillness of the night, you did not listen. You ignored me, my child, again and again, and now you feel the weight of silence, the ache of being left to walk in the shadow of your own will. My love never ceased, my mercy was always extended, my arms were wide open, but you chose distance, you chose distraction, you chose rebellion, and you thought that ignoring me had no cost. You thought my patience would never run out, you thought my love would always shield you without any response from your heart, but my child, even love requires truth, even mercy demands acknowledgement, and you cannot take endlessly without ever giving back what belongs to me. I knocked at the door of your heart, but you locked it. I placed signs before your eyes, but you pretended not to see. I warned you gently, but you brushed me aside. I sent blessings to draw you closer, but you used them only for yourself. I gave you moments of pain to awaken you, but instead you cursed my name. I reached for you when you cried, and you used my rescue to return again to the very chains that held you captive. Child, how long did you think I would watch as you trampled my grace? How long did you believe I would speak without being heard? How long did you assume I would wait while you ignored my call? My heart aches because I love you, but now my silence must teach you what my voice could not. You ignored me, and now I will ignore you. When you stretch your hands in desperation, the echo of your neglect will meet you. When you cry out in the night, you will feel the same silence you gave to me. When the storms rise and you look for refuge, you will understand the emptiness of walking without my covering. I never desired this for you, but you chose it when you ignored me. I called and called, yet you busied yourself with fleeting pleasures. I whispered, but the world's noise was sweeter to you. I gave you warnings, but you mocked them as fear. I offered my word, but you treated it as a story. I gave you chance after chance, but you squandered them all. My child, this is not punishment from anger. It is the consequence of your own choice. I am a father who longs for his children, but I will not force you to love me. I will not chain you to my presence. If you ignore me, then I must release you to the silence you preferred. Do you not feel it already? The emptiness in your heart, the loneliness in your soul, the lack of peace in your spirit, it is the echo of my absence. You traded my voice for silence, and now silence has become your companion. You traded my presence for the world, and now the world consumes you. You thought my patience was weakness, you mistook my mercy for indifference, but my silence is a mirror, showing you the weight of what it means to live without me. And yet, even now, my heart is torn, for though I say I will ignore you, still my love aches within me. I am God, and I cannot lie, I will honor my word, but I also am love, and love grieves deeply when separation comes. My tears fall when you walk away. My pain is real when you reject me. My silence is not because I do not care, it is because I must let you feel the reality of life without me, hoping that one day you will remember, one day you will awaken, one day you will return. My child, I cry out within myself, for I never wanted this moment, I never desired to turn my face from you, but you pushed me away, you hardened your heart, you ignored my voice. You treated me as though I was nothing more than an option. Something to use when convenient, something to call upon in need and abandon in comfort. You forgot that I am the Creator, the giver of life, the one who holds the universe in his hands. You forgot that without me, breath itself is fleeting, that without me, purpose crumbles, that without me, eternity is only darkness. You ignored me, and now you will feel the weight of being ignored, and now, my child, as you stand in the quiet of your own making, as you feel the emptiness that comes from ignoring the one who never ignored you, understand this: every sigh of frustration, every moment of confusion, every tear you shed in the dark is not unnoticed by me. I see it all. I have always seen it all. My eyes, unlike human eyes, penetrate every layer of your soul. I know the thoughts you hide, the fears you bury, the regrets you push aside. And yet, even knowing all, you still chose to turn away, to ignore my whispers, to dismiss my presence as though it were something unworthy of your attention. Do you not realize, child, that ignoring God is not a neutral act? It is a declaration. It is a choice that shapes the path beneath your feet. Every time you looked the other way, every time you pretended not to hear, every time you silenced my voice with your excuses, your pride, or your busyness, you built a wall between us, a wall of separation, a barrier of consequences that now stands tall before you. I warned you in love, I called you in mercy, I pursued you with patience, but my words were met with indifference. And now, my child, the time of indulgence is over. The time of endless grace without response has ended. You ignored me, and so I must honor the truth of your choice. I will ignore you. And yet, even in this, my love persists. Do not mistake my decision to step back as hatred. Do not think that my silence means I have abandoned you entirely. Even when I ignore, I watch. Even when I withdraw, I care. Even when I am distant, I am near in ways you cannot yet perceive. My child, I do this not out of anger, but out of truth. You must learn what it means to live without me. What it feels like to long for guidance when you have refused it, what it means to search for peace in a world that cannot give it. I am allowing the natural consequences of your choices to unfold so that you may awaken, so that your heart may remember, so that your soul may recognize that life without God is emptiness in its purest form. I have spoken to you countless times, in dreams, in signs, in moments of clarity, in the quiet whisper of conscience, in the deep stirrings of your spirit, and still you ignored me. I offered wisdom that would have protected you, counsel that would have guided you, love that would have sustained you, and yet you treated it as trivial, as unnecessary, as irrelevant to the life you thought you could build alone. How many more chances did you expect? How many more warnings did you think you could ignore before the natural outcome of distance came upon you? My child, I grieve because I love, and my grief is as real as your longing will soon become. You will search for answers in the wrong places. You will turn to people who cannot save you, to systems that cannot heal you, to pleasures that cannot satisfy the emptiness inside. You will feel the weight of my absence because you will now walk the road you built when you chose to ignore me. And in that walking, in that searching, in that longing, remember this: even in ignoring you, I am still God. Even in stepping back, I am still love. Even in the silence that you now hear, my heart cries for you, my mercy remains, my patience is not yet gone completely, but the consequences of your choices are real, and they are here. You cannot escape them, you cannot run from them, you cannot hide from the reality that comes when you ignore the God who made you, who loves you, who gave everything for you. Every moment you thought you were free, every moment you thought you could live without me, every moment you thought you could walk your own way without direction, now comes full circle. You will feel the heaviness of isolation, the ache of absence, the confusion of being untethered from the source of your very life. And yet, my child, even in this hard truth, there is hope. Even in my decision to ignore you, there is a path back. You see, I am God. I do not delight in your suffering. I do not rejoice in your emptiness. I do not celebrate the moments when you stumble in darkness. I allow consequences because I love enough to teach, because I love enough to let you learn, because I love enough to allow reality to awaken the parts of your soul that slumbered in ignorance. You ignored me, but even now, you may remember. You ignored me, but even now, you may seek. You ignored me, but even now, your heart may return. My child, there is no moment too late, no distance too great, no darkness so deep that my love cannot reach. But you must come with a heart that is willing to listen, eyes that are open to see, ears that are ready to hear, and a soul that is ready to obey. If you continue in ignoring, the silence will grow. If you continue in neglect, the emptiness will deepen. If you persist in rebellion, the consequences will become heavier. My child, I am speaking truth because I love. I am allowing absence because I care. I am showing you the cost of ignoring God because you must understand the value of my presence. You cannot fully grasp the depth of what you have until you feel the weight of what you have ignored. And it is in that weight, it is in that reality, it is in that longing, that your heart will remember, that your soul will awaken, that you will see clearly the necessity of turning back, the importance of listening, the urgency of responding. My child, I will ignore no longer than truth requires. I will remain silent only until the lessons of your choices are clear. I will step back only until your heart remembers the way back to me. And when that moment comes, when your eyes open, when your soul awakens, when your heart truly longs for me, I will return. I will embrace you. I will restore you. I will heal you. I will cover you with the love you once ignored. My child, understand the seriousness of this moment. Understand the power of ignoring the one who gave everything for you. Understand the depth of love that still cries for your return. Understand that silence is not absence of care, but a reflection of consequence, a mirror of reality, a wake-up call for your soul. My child, listen closely, for the truth I speak now is weighty and cannot be ignored. Every heartbeat you take without acknowledging me is a moment lost in eternity. Every breath you spend on distractions is a chance to draw near to the one who formed you. You thought ignoring me would leave you free, but freedom without God is empty, freedom without my guidance is dangerous, freedom without my presence is hollow. You have felt it. Have you not? That gnawing in your soul, the emptiness you cannot fill, the ache that wakes you at night and follows you in the day. That is the echo of my absence, the whisper of your neglect, the result of choosing to ignore the one who gave you life. My child, I am God, and I am not silent because I am absent from you, but because I am giving you a mirror of your own choice. Every prayer you have left unanswered, every guidance you have overlooked, every blessing you have taken for granted is now reflected back to you. You ignored me, and now the world shows you the weight of that ignorance. You will search for comfort and find none that satisfies. You will seek guidance and see only confusion. You will look for love and encounter emptiness. You will chase dreams without foundation, pleasures without depth, relationships without true connection, because the heart that ignores God cannot find fulfillment in anything else. And yet, my child, even in this moment of truth, my love remains. Even in this time of silence, I am still present in ways your soul may not yet perceive. Even in this decision to allow you to feel the emptiness of your choices, I am watching, I am waiting, I am longing for the day when you will return with humility, with reverence, with a heart that seeks me above all else. My child, understand that ignoring God is not a simple act. It carries consequences that ripple through every corner of your life. Every decision you make, every path you walk, every relationship you pursue, every hope you cling to is now touched by the reality of what it means to live without me. You will face trials that cannot be solved by human wisdom, storms that cannot be navigated by strength alone, darkness that cannot be illuminated without my light. You will feel the absence in ways that cannot be denied. And perhaps, in the depths of that feeling, your soul will awaken. Perhaps, in the longing that cannot be satisfied elsewhere, your heart will remember. Perhaps, in the silence that you once offered to me, you will hear my call anew. My child, I am patient, but patience has limits. I am loving, but love must honor truth. I am merciful, but mercy must teach lessons. You ignored me, and now the lessons are upon you. You ignored me, and now the silence is yours to bear. You ignored me, and now you must feel the consequences. Yet know this, even in the sternness of this moment, my heart aches for you. Even in the weight of your neglect, I am still love. Even in the absence you feel, I am still the God who made you, who knows you, who longs for you. I am not abandoning you, I am allowing reality to speak the truth you refuse to hear. My child, this is a call to awakening, a push toward humility, a plea for remembrance. Do not harden your heart further, do not close your eyes to my truth, do not harden yourself in the false comfort of ignoring me. The consequences are real, the emptiness is real, the weight of a life lived without God is real. And yet, so is hope. And yet, so is love. And yet, so is the way back. You ignored me, but you can return. You neglected me, but you can seek. You turned away, but you can come home. The moment you choose to open your heart, the moment you bend your knee, the moment you lift your eyes and recognize the one who has never left you, the silence will end, the emptiness will fade, the weight will lift. My child, I am calling you now through this message, through the stirrings of your spirit, through the whisper of truth in your heart. Hear me. Remember me. Return. Do not wait until the ache becomes unbearable. Do not wait until the consequences overwhelm you. Do not wait until your soul cries out in desperation. Come now, while the lessons are clear, while the hope is near, while love still reaches for you. My child, ignoring me may seem harmless now, but it has consequences that touch everything you are and everything you will become. The moments you squander in pride, the choices you make in rebellion, the paths you take in defiance, all of these build the distance between you and the life I intended. You ignored me, and now you see the result, now you feel the emptiness, now you understand in some small measure what it means to live without guidance, without peace, without true love. And yet, my child, I am not finished. Even in the silence, even in the consequence, even in the loneliness, I am still love. Even when ignored, even when rejected, even when forgotten, my heart still beats for you. Even when you stumble, I am near. Even when you fail, I am ready. Even when you cry out in darkness, I am listening. My child, let this message be a turning point. Let it awaken what has been asleep. Let it remind you that ignoring God is not without cost, and that seeking Him is not too late. My child, you ignored me, but I am calling you back. I am giving you the chance to remember, to seek, to return, to restore, to be filled with the love you once ignored. Hear me now. My child. Listen with your heart. Open your eyes to truth. Bend your soul toward me. Turn away from the distractions that have stolen your attention. Turn toward the one who gave you life, who loves you beyond measure, who longs for your return. My child, the silence you feel is the echo of your choices. The emptiness you bear is the reflection of your neglect. The weight upon your soul is the consequence of ignoring the one who never ignored you. And yet, my child, my love remains. My child, I speak now with the urgency that only love can carry, because the time of ignoring has consequences, and yet even in consequences, my heart longs for you. You have walked far in your own will, seeking what you thought would satisfy, filling your days with noise, your mind with distractions, your heart with fleeting pleasures, thinking that you could replace the presence of God with the illusions of the world. But hear me clearly, my child, nothing in this world can fill the void left by ignoring me. Every empty joy, every shallow triumph, every fleeting comfort, every relationship that falls short, every desire that fades, all of it is a reflection of the absence you have chosen when you ignored my call. You will feel the weight of this, not to punish you, but to awaken you, not to condemn you, but to teach you, not to abandon you, but to draw you back. The world offers many voices, yet none carry the eternal truth, none carry the deep, unshakable peace, none offer the sustaining love that only I can give. My child, when you ignored me, you set yourself adrift on waters that cannot carry your soul, upon winds that cannot guide you home, through darkness that cannot illuminate your path. And now, my child, you may feel fear, confusion, frustration, and sorrow, because the reality of living without God has arrived at your door. The moments you once dismissed, the nudges of your spirit you brushed aside, the warnings you ignored, now they converge to show you the cost of your neglect. You cannot ignore me forever without consequence. You cannot reject the light without eventually knowing the weight of darkness. You cannot turn from the source of life without encountering emptiness. And yet, my child, even in this reality, even in this hard truth, my love persists. Even as I allow you to feel the absence of my presence, I do not cease to care. Even as I step back, I do not cease to watch. Even as I allow the lessons of your ignoring to unfold, I do not cease to hope. My child, understand that ignoring God is not just an act of neglect, it is an act that shapes every aspect of your life. It influences your thoughts, your decisions, your relationships, your health, your joy, your peace, and your destiny. Every moment of turning away, every second of refusing to hear, every day spent in defiance builds a reality where my absence is felt deeply, and the truth of my importance becomes undeniable. And now, in this moment, as you read these words, as you hear this message, as your spirit stirs with recognition, I am offering you a choice. You can continue down the path of ignoring. Or you can turn. You can remain in emptiness, or you can seek fullness. You can linger in silence, or you can listen. My child, there is still hope. There is always hope when a heart turns to me. There is always restoration when a soul seeks me. There is always mercy when a child returns. Even now, I am calling you, not with condemnation, but with invitation, not with punishment, but with love, not with anger, but with longing. My child, you have seen the consequences of ignoring me. You have felt the emptiness that comes from neglecting the divine. You have experienced the loneliness that follows turning away. And yet, even now, my love reaches toward you, my mercy extends, my patience waits. I am God, and my nature is love. I am unchanging, faithful, eternal. I do not forget, I do not abandon, I do not reject a heart that is willing to return. My child, hear me with clarity. The moment you decide to stop ignoring me, the moment you choose to listen, the moment you bend your heart in humility, that moment will be the beginning of restoration. Your soul will awaken. Your spirit will find peace. Your heart will know joy. Your life will find purpose. The consequences of ignoring will fade as my presence floods your being with light, truth, and love. You ignored me, but now I am calling. You neglected me, but now I am reaching. You turned away, but now I am inviting. The door is not closed. The path is not blocked. The love is not gone. I am God, and I am eternal, and I am waiting for the return of your heart. My child, do not harden your heart further. Do not push away the call that still reaches you. Do not let pride, fear, distraction, or doubt keep you from the embrace that has always been ready. You ignored me, and now you know the cost. You ignored me, and now you feel the emptiness. You ignored me, and now the silence speaks. And yet, even now, I am love. Even now, I am mercy. Even now, I am patience. Even now,